And here we are. Welcome back, everyone watching. This has been and continues to be our 2025 Sabrina Open. Again, this is tournament number 7 of 8 for the Open monthly qualifying tournaments in order to seed and qualify for the big PPL tournament. We've arrived here through a long and, fantastic process of getting some absolute just butt kick of bad RNG on some people and some fantastic good gameplay. So here we are in V-Hard to bring more of it up. Anyway, I'm here, Tetris Attacker. You just heard, and she's here with me. I like being smart, fresh off of her semifinal defeat from this number 1 seed right here, Cards of the Heart. Nicole, are you down off of that high yet?
Not particularly, and I can't even be mad that I got stomped by Cards because I literally said in the Discord chat, like, oh, I'm gonna try to do well, but you'll probably sub 9 and crush me anyway. So I called it, and he beat my PB, and I can't even be mad about that. So I'm chilling,
Man,
and I'm like, oh
his,
man, my
you didn't
favorite
even call your own
category.
shot. You called his. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, your favorite
Now we're at my
category.
favorite category.
I'm an enjoyer of V-Hard too. Not everyone is, but as it gets called, and I think Six is a big fan of call. Hard has a lot of variants, and now we're at variance hard. So V-Hard, we're gonna see some swings. We're gonna see some stages go one way or the other. What are you thinking we should be watching out for these two? I know there's been a history here. What's people not familiar with these two? What do they need to watch for?
Yeah, so these guys are both beasts, and they're both beasts in different ways. It's I think these are probably two of the more consistent members of our puzzling community. So, um, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And V Heart itself is just its own beast. So
Yeah, as some of our community members have taken to calling it at times, Void Hard. V-Hard plays a lot like hard mode in the early parts, and then later becomes much more like our community beloved S-Hard, where the strategy shifts, and both of our players know the strategy well. Both of our players can execute the strategy well, but some of it's going to just be, let's see what the system gives us. That said, these first few stages are going to be much like what we've been seeing if you've been following us on the hard mode stages, just a little bit quicker. Try and get that double 4 combo down, confuse. Try and get a good amount of garbage and drop it and just get it done. It'll shift as we get to the later stages.
Yeah, this early V Hard very much plays like kind of plays like late hard mode. It's got you kind of need to send more garbage than you want to, but
12.
Unless you're just Cards and you can send 4 lines and then it's typically that's not how
he was
you need a little more garbage than that, but
he was this close to a 9 on that, and then he escaped. He escaped with a 12, which we'll all take any day.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, so there are kind of 2 different minds about this. You can try to kind of send quick and do a follow-up, or you can kind of just do that like kind of late hard strat X4, X5 it with a bunch of combos.
Yeah, looks like both of our players are opting for a little bit of the more what on hard mode would be aggressive, but here is kind of just a standard strat of let's do an X4, maybe an X3 chain if you've got a lot of combo garbage with the double 4 setup, and just send it, and then start working on your follow-ups.
Yeah.
Cards getting punished a little bit over here by Surge. All right, finally getting out of there with a 43. Again, we're starting off with a little bit of a stream play. Those who noticed getting there, his stream started a fair bit earlier, almost 30 seconds. But it will get adjusted here at some point. We'll be sure to call it out as we near the end if it's coming into play. cards. Okay. This Erica could work. There we go. Okay.
Strategy.
11.
Bold strategy.
All right.
God.
Yeah, once again, that double 4 combo strategy just it confuses the AI, and even with the higher curve speed, they can do some dumb things, not realizing. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
They don't think.
right. I mean, if double 4 is pretty much needed, mostly needed in hard mode that we just saw, like here it's just required. It's just if you want to get
Six just
fast
got
time.
away without it on a 15 on Surge. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that happens. You know, like that. That also happens when you're good, but it's like. But basically, what you should be doing is this double 4 strat is very much required. And one of the things I have to constantly remind myself of is you need, in order to get all this garbage over that you want to get over, you need more stuff to clear. So, like if you're kind of like a Yoshi FFR type, you can kind of get away with not raising your stack as much. But like in these earlier levels, but for the majority of us mortals over here, you need to give yourself, 3-4 extra rows or so at the beginning. And
yeah,
then
the faster you are, the less you need.
Right.
Generally.
But as
Still
we're
a timing
kind of
game.
On Six's side here, he kind of sent it quick,
Yeah,
and
timing is still
might
super
get punished
important.
here. We'll see, but
okay, he's going with an X3 on the reload.
wow. Okay,
He didn't need it. Okay, 21.
Solid. Here we go. This is classic S hard here.
There we go. Okay, so that is the combo trap that we're looking for, especially as we get into these late stages. The double 4s, you see those two smaller pieces of garbage that are below the big fat brick, and one of them can fall and get in the way, and these computers just they're trained to look below the lowest piece of garbage, and sometimes they just don't realize that they've trapped themselves if you set that up correctly. We're going to see more of that as these stages go on, behaving more like S-Hard. And S-Hard's strategy is set that up and wait for the right opportunity to drop it, and just keep the chain going until you've got your window. So we're going to start seeing a bit of that. 22nd over here for 6. He is not going at the blazing speeds that Cards is. He got a little bit punished, but he is keeping up, and we're seeing it. Starting at about stage 8 or 9 in VHO. Reset strats. Let's go.
Okay. I need to go on a mini thing about reset strats. If you will let me.
Yeah, no. Okay. Preach.
Okay. Cards and me, but particularly me, were some of the last ones in the community to adopt the reset strats. And I am making it clear and known on today's stream that reset strats work. I have finally given in.
That Tracy was unfair.
No, that was total garbage. Oh my God.
That was so unfair on that Tracy for Cards.
So as somebody who has sworn off reset strats for over 10 years.
Ooh, here's another one.
They're real. They're just real. I'm sorry. I have to I'm a believer now. So the idea behind reset strats, as my noob self understands it, at least, is that this is kind of in that period of time where you want to get into S hard. So you're putting that double 4 strat down, and you're stalling, and you may or may not stall, but stalling, and once you get kind of, I don't know, I still can't figure out when to reset exactly, to be fair. But if I'm being honest, it's still tough for me to figure it out. So at some point, if you think you're just going to get you're going to sit there for 2 minutes,
nice.
minute and a half,
got
2
the
minutes.
Crush kill. Okay.
That's when you reset. Now, in Cards' case, bad spot to reset because you're down stacking, he's not clearing, you're down stacking, he's not clearing. As soon as he clears there, you probably want to reset, especially if you're not prepared on your own stack. So this is another factor that comes into play kind of in V hard and S hard that we don't see in the hard mode.
It's an absolute, like, learning curve of figuring out when, and none of us but it's figuring out when what you're left with is going to take more than a certain amount of time. A lot of the benchmark. Ooh, nice crush over there. 6
Okay.
and the sigh of relief.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Essentially, you have to work on the opening trap is so powerful that if it's going to take longer than say 30 seconds, pick a time, whatever works time for you. That time number can shift depending on level and stage and your ability. But let's say it's 30 seconds. If you feel like, okay, I can win this stage, but it's going to take more than 30, or I don't see a win in sight, reset, do your opening attack, get them in the trap, and you're more likely to be able to get in there than just beating your head against the wall. Because we've seen V-Hard stages last for 5, 6, 7, even longer minutes routinely. And we've seen crazy scenarios over 8 or 9 minutes. We really have.
Right.
So.
And as much as long V-Hard and S-Hard stages are for therapy PPL, not so great for speedrunning.
Exactly.
And right now we're speedrunning. We're not therapy PPLing. So, you know.
Cards is absolutely doing what we want to do. He set up the double. You see all the way to a 10 chain. He's waiting for the low stack from Geo. And as soon as he sees it, he's letting it go. And he's got the trap kill. That is the combo trap to a T right there. He waited for the opening. He found the opening. And he went out of it. So, while we were talking and explaining the trap here, 6 took the lead. Cards took it back. 6 tied it up. Cards built a lead again. So, variance hard being variance hard, for real.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Cards has the setup here. He's gonna drop it now and add some extra. That had some pillars. That's one of the things that I look for. There was his Richie there had high right, left side, and a gap. That's a good thing to look for there. Generally, low stack is also very good.
Oh, this is so unfortunate. No, you gotta wait here though. You've gotta wait.
It's so low and there's so little to work with.
There you go.
He has to.
Yep.
It's gonna burn time. Yep, more burn time, but it's a crush.
Yeah.
Shout out to Galloping Conch. It's a crush.
It's a conch. It's so conch. Yeah, and like the big thing with not only reset strats, but like V-Hard and S-Hard in particular, it's a lot about screen watching. Yeah. Screen watching is 100%. So important. And these upper level players are so epically good at it. It's just impressive to watch.
So you remember that thing that they yelled at you about back when you had your PlayStation 1 and you were playing a racing game against your siblings? And they said, stop screen watching. Well, guess what? Caught? Yeah. Helpful here. I mean, granted, you're not screen watching on another human, but you absolutely have to be looking at what your opponent's doing. The timing, where their screen is at, when to drop an attack is crucial for this stage. Going all the way to an X12, look at how low that left side on that Lorelei is. Picture perfect. Picture perfect trap kill. Yeah, right there. Combo trap right where he wanted it to be. Cards getting out of Lorelei. Heading into the last 3 stages. So he's right around the 12-minute mark. Heading into... Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's... So, the way I think about kind of benchmarking, like, especially in races, like, maybe not so much PBs, but, like, in a race setting, the way I kind of benchmark if I'm doing well or not is... like 1 minute per stage, because there's 16 stages. If you're about 1 minute per stage through like the first 12 or 13 stages.
Bruno!
What? Okay. You're doing all right.
Gross. That Bruno over there for Cards was gross.
Yeah, that was pretty dang. Yeah, this down stack is good reset there. Yeah, maybe wait one more here first. No, I would probably, yeah. Yeah, so this is...
All right.
So if this happened kind of in the middle part of V-Hard, welcome to the back part of VHard, where it's just all reset all day. Now, FFR did make a good point in chat, which is the downside of resetting is that there are times where you're going to be on these stages resetting for 4 or 5 or 6 minutes, you know. So
psychologically, it feels so bad when you're stuck in a reset loop, and if your combo trap attacks, if your openers aren't good enough, like you're not getting the value out of it. So it's yes, there's absolutely a downside to it. It's the better strat, but like with most things, there's times when, hey, maybe I would have reset this stage, but I'm not feeling great about my open. I'm not getting the timing down right now, and hey, their stack's a little low. Maybe you wait a little longer than you might otherwise.
Right.
To just, ooh, nice crush. Nice crush from Cards there. Bruno, get out of here. Okay. 10.
Waiting.
11. Do something Lorelei challenge. Level possible. Lorelei did... Okay, so that's part of what you're doing here when you're trying to get them to... Because the AI will pick a chain length, and they'll just start making a chain, and they'll just kind of go until that chain is done. And that's the moment when you want to... When you see them chaining, because then they're going to end up with very few panels at the very bottom. A lot they can do about you.
Right.
But sometimes they just don't get into a chaining cycle. And you do your chain, and you wait, and the window just never opens. It happens.
Yeah. Happens to all of us.
So then you drop it and hope. And sometimes sometimes that works. Sometimes you drop all that garbage, and it wasn't good timing, and it works anyway.
Okay, that was actually pretty solid on Six's side.
Yeah.
Good on Cards' side, too.
Okay. Very good on Cards' side. Look at that low left. Okay, this Gary's gonna do something weird here. Let's see if it's the right kind of weird to escape. It's...
Oh, no, it's
There's
not.
the crush. And a new feature in VHard. There's a 16th stage. It's not over yet. Let's go see Mewtwo. And here's the deal with reset strats. Mewtwo, if you die or reset on Mewtwo, you have to go back and beat Gary 2 again.
Right.
Reset strats on Mewtwo are a lot dicier propositions because you're not just saving the 30 seconds of doing the trap again. You have to factor in all of that, what you just did, and how many resets did it take you. So you're going to see most players, most of the time, not reset this stage.
Cough, cough, wizard person, cough, cough. Just saying. He's the only one who, I see do, reset strats on VHard. Or maybe not so much VHard, but yeah.
I do too, by the way, but that's fine.
Oh, really? On VHard Mewtwo?
Yeah, I will. Not super often, but I will. Cards on the other hand, though, did not need it here.
No.
25 seconds on VHard Mewtwo is actually really good.
Yeah.
And I don't care what wizard person says. Mewtwo is never... Fight me.
No, Mewtwo is not never great. Also, yes.
Never. And Cards gets out of there 25 second. 16-13, a very nice time.
Yeah, like I said, I was saying, that 1 minute per stage kind of time, and then 1 minute per stage plus whatever Mewtwo gives you. So, keeping on track with that.
Right on 1 minute per stage, 16-13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 6 working a little bit there, trying to see if he could finish off at least he's going to take the DNF. And especially on VHard, historically, we've seen this. Yes, you want to finish strong going into the next round, but these are such a stamina fight sometimes, and they're such a psychological.
Yeah.
Absolutely no issue with people doing the DNF. I respect anyone wanting to do another stage or two afterwards. Cards has even had to institute, hey, let's cut the runoff after because some of these can get bad. So, all right. So 6 officially taking the DNF, and you'll see a time listed screen for for 6 at a 21-13. The DNF rules have been updated for record keeping to be winner plus 5 minutes here on VHard. So that's why we've got that time, even though we did see 6 just not finish. Cards, I believe, on the restream side, again, top seeded runner, but also just resetting and refreshing 6's stream here to help with the time differential a little bit as we head into game 2. So as expected, 1 Pokeball on card and 6 coming in. Nicole, what are you expecting to see any different, if anything, both of our runners here going into game?
No, I think they both did fine, actually. Maybe 6 needs to raise his stack a little bit more late game, give himself, because it seemed like there were times where like he needed more time and he wasn't having it. He didn't have the ability to extend it. But like the fundamentals are there. That would be my one little tiny thing. But at some point, VHard is going to VHard, and then you just have to mentally cope with VHarding. And I would say like 6 is probably one of the better people in the community to be able to for like their mental game. You know, like Cards is Cards is good too. These are, but like some of us like FFR and myself, like we can just get tilted to high heaven sometimes and just and then like lose our play. But the big strategy of VHard and XHard is if you want to do like have the skill, right? And you want to be able to execute. But if you cannot execute for whatever reason, whether it's on one stage or multiple stages, the next step is to just stay calm. Like have faith in your ability to do the strat.
You can do the other way around and pull a wizard person and just be as salty as humanly possible. And let the rage fuel you.
Yeah, I mean that
it works for him.
It works for him.
Yeah, I mean, what's the Star Wars meme? Just let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's we've got a few people in our community who love to play it that for them. But yes, keeping a level head, even if it's an angry head, is crucial.
Yes.
Is crucial. And both of our players here, as we head into game 2, very nice Gary ones here from both sides. Both of our players, in my mind, 6 and Cards are 2 players who are very similar in their disposition and their consistency. Their actual like cursor, the way they wrap things and their cursor moves is very, but they've got a lot of. They rely on board vision. They rely on strats that they trust, and it's always fun to see them go up against each other. Cards has an edge in a couple different cursor speed, so that's going to come into play. But we saw it even in last game where 6 struggled a little bit at times, but he has strategies that work and he sticks to them.
Yes,
and that's something that a lot of players panic and start going, hey, I need to do all these other things, and guess what? You don't. Like, if you've got a strategy that works, don't let the nerves get you doing something stupid.
No. I know. I understand, TA. I get it.
Hey,
I understand.
Hey, I understand plenty, okay? You know me.
Are we talking to ourselves here and attempting to do commentary at the same time?
I am the puzzle glass cannon, okay? Believe me, I know. I know.
Oh. Yeah, and I'm the one who moves so fast, and then whoop, we missed
that. So early stages here. Okay, this Misty is not being cooperative here. So early hole here, it seems for 6. And again, these first 6, 7, maybe even 8 stages, most players don't reset.
Right.
The reset strats are they're hard to. They rely on the computer doing a certain amount to open the window for you, and these early stages just don't pay off that way generally. So no surprise there. 6 sticking it out, making sure that it was topped off, just kind of eating the difference, making once again a bad stage stay only bad and not horrible.
Right.
Cards with a similar boat here at 36. On V hard, absolutely not a problem.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, they're both still doing really well here. So,
Yeah, they're
yeah,
targeting
I would agree
20.
with that like reset starting point. It like
Yeah,
I think of it as like obviously or maybe not obviously, maybe to newer viewers. And S hard, you do kind of want to start at, you know,
stage
Misty,
1.
yeah, well, yeah, stage
Yeah,
1 pretty much.
you're
But
resetting on Gary 1 if you have to in S
yeah,
hard,
yeah. But
but
in V
generally
hard,
not in V
yeah,
hard.
but in V hard, kind of that Blaine Tracy range, that stage 8, stage 9, maybe Sabrina, depending on what's going on. But these
Yeah,
first
and
5 or 6 stages, like if you let some garbage fall, if you know, because they're just not going to be quite as fast to get to things versus S hard. Um,
right.
but they do have more
Nice,
knowledge than
nice
hard
20
opponents,
from
you know.
6 over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowledge is a weird word, but yeah,
Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like
I know,
maybe
I know
not
what you mean.
knowledge,
I'm
but
just
like
saying.
a bit like like the AI is just harder,
Yeah,
you know?
more
Like
more
it knows how
capable
to
in
do more
general.
stuff.
Yep.
It you know,
Yeah.
it sees more
And then
stuff
and then
as the
and then it's just dumb sometimes.
yeah,
So, we like that.
yeah.
All right. So
So
we're heading into stage
fuck,
6. So again, this on a V hard run, stage 6, 5, 6, 7 tends to play a little different than the first few. You're still kind of playing like the first one, but there's a little bit bigger cursor speed. They control you a little bit more, like Koga's doing. Cards getting out of stage 6 first. We're right around mark. Absolutely in the right range for where you want to in a
yeah.
run like this. 6 having trouble over here, and he's doing exactly. Just
Yep.
make sure it's topped off,
Yes.
and just you're gonna get trolled a little bit. But a 47,
Yeah.
not
That's
a
solid.
great opening attack for him, and not great luck to boot. Ooh, nice. The little two-sided 6 combo I love to see there. Okay, Cards tried to open with a double 4 and in 7, and so his combos didn't drop the way he wanted to. And you saw that in the way the blocks were arranged, if you take a look at that. Things getting a little weird with what he's got left. But I think this Sabrina's going to get to most of this and clear. Again, I don't think Cards is quite in the spot where he's going to reset, but there's a lot of open space on this board. He might. I don't know. He doesn't have topped. He's a little bit on the medium to low. Sabrina's got all the blocks in the world. He is going to pull the trigger and do it. Okay.
Right. And I think one of the other big things, at least in with my very limited reset stratting, is kind of like once you get to this point where you're just relying when you're basically just clearing all of your garbage while they're clearing all of their garbage and their stack is like middle height, like that's a solid like place to reset. You know, like one we saw with Sabrina's side, she had a lot of extra blocks. She could, blow up to get extra room, and then Cards was just waiting for 10 rows of garbage to clear. And at that point, you're kind of like, this is going to start to get into this, minute and a half, 2-minute territory.
Yep.
And then you just kind of just need to start over.
I think the hardest part, the hardest part about V hard in particular reset strats, to a degree, is you have all of these. Yeah, this is probably a good spot. Yeah, that's probably that. There's no hard and fast rules. The way you are playing individually on any given day, your style all come into play, even though there's some general guidelines.
Right.
But
right.
That's what makes it so hard, because even here commentating, we know how fast Cards can be. We know how quick he can knock out a stage, even mid to late. And we could say, hey, yeah, this looks like maybe a reset, and he may be seeing something else. He may be uncomfortable with how his open went. He may be feeling it on his open and just saying, okay, as soon as I pull this, I'm going to do another one. Like, all of that comes into. Love the 8 combo follow.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to play better, make more 8s, make more 9s. Cards absolutely showing that off. Still getting punished over here. Come on, Tracy. So we are firmly in players consider a pretty instant reset. if their
I think
open
it's
gets cleared and the whole board is available to the AI.
Yeah, and
He's
another tricky part on Cards' side was like that, like sometimes you can, because the idea behind the double four strategy is
oh
like
Tracy.
that stagger, but also but kind of like with that like first tier and second tier garbage. When we just kind of, I've seen some newer names in the chat, so I'll just explain that really quick. So when we talk about like second tier garbage, it's essentially when there's like at least one or more rows of panels that have been cleared between two garbage blocks. So
Yeah, so
sometimes
that
the other
second
thing
tier
that,
is
yeah,
above garbage, above
yeah,
one row of garbage blocks.
right. And sometimes in, not so much in S hard, but in V hard, sometimes the computer can get kind of torn whether or not they want
Mystery
to
chain alert.
clear, the first tier or second tier garbage. So that's kind of another strategy you have to watch out for too, to determine whether or not you want to reset. If you see that cursor kind of being unclear about what they want to actually do.
Cards Tracy, okay, did go
Yeah.
down. Almost being ridiculously unfair. Cards went, I think that was an X16. The screen stops showing you at a certain point, it becomes a mystery chain. But he went all the way down to give himself an opportunity, and really the window he dropped that in was a fantastic window. But you saw how just doing the strategy well, generally timing it well, can still work even when things don't go ideal.
Right. And I say this all the time when I'm on commentary, and I'll keep saying it until I play this game until I'm 45 or 50, right? Is is that like the time is good as a marker, but there are times where a 30 to 40-second stage is just as good. And it really just is very circumstantial. And some of these like higher levels, a 30 to 35-second time, like what Cards got there, is just a good time based on where the clearing was and how much down stacking and how much stalling happens,
Board layout, start
Yeah.
position, how
Mhm.
fast you
Yeah.
play, how
Yeah.
fast your opponent puts things into play. Sometimes that is the best possible time you could have gotten out of that. That is a rough clear on Six's side. He chance of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the reset from him. We're only a one-stage difference here. They were just on the same stage together. Cards got the clear. That low right side did not work out this time, but
That's a bad down stack.
as we call it sometimes, a dumb stack.
Yeah.
The AI absolutely had a clear sitting there, and didn't use it. Just put everything in the worst possible spot and got themselves.
Yeah.
As a runner, we love to see it. We really do. All right, good follow-ups from Six, but that is a really rough position. He's opting for the reset there. Cards going into Richie.
Beautiful lag chains there from Cards. Oh, that was really pretty. Double lag chain right in a row.
Okay.
Nice.
That Richie had a good spot, just couldn't quite get to it. Absolutely worked. And we love swag. We love swag getting rewarded. Thank you, game.
I know.
Always the worst when someone does something awesome looking and doesn't get rewarded.
So
Here
sad.
we have such satisfying Cards getting a nice little lag chain, getting the trap off and kill. We love it. All right, Cards extending that to a 6, 7, 8 with the lag chain.
Oh my god. All right. Okay.
A very
Nice.
low left
Nice
side Lorelei. Very low left side Lorelei. Oh, good job.
Oh.
6. Oh no!
Oh no.
That was like almost picture perfect ideal setup, and just Lorelei said no.
I know. I was like looking at that Lorelei, and then my cat swapped my hand, so I looked away right when it got clear.
Lorelei just like what it did that little, and the AI does this sometimes where they're like supposed to get confused by the low block, and they're like, what low block? We've never seen a low block. We're just gonna do what we want here. All right, good cutoff, pretty good timing from Six on this Geo. That left side got cleared, but the right side down stack has a chance.
I don't. Oh, it's
the Reds.
Stop. Six didn't have him topped off either.
Yeah, the not topped off hurt too.
Get out of here, Geo. Oh my
Look at
god.
this low. Look at that low Lorelei.
Oh, that's
Yep.
pretty.
And
That's good.
when the cursor does the dance, you see the cursor just kind of up, down. What am I supposed to do? That's when you know you got the combo trap nailed. Again, it's trying to pick a priority and it's getting freaked out. And a crush from 6. Here we go. So the nice thing about this run is typically, historically, the last 3-4 stages are a bit more consistent. The opponents tend to like to chain a little bit more, which lends to the combo trap sometimes.
Right.
I'm giving you all the caveats in the world, but you'll see some runs, especially as you watch this category, SR to a degree as well, where they struggle through that mid-late, and then as you get into like the last 3-4 stages, suddenly they'll pop off for 3 or 4 in a row. That's why. Sometimes they just do the behaviors a little bit more that we're able to punish. That said, this Bruno can still be a jerk, and he's doing that right now.
You know, that never... Okay, maybe it didn't occur to me in those terms. Because the fun part of my new job is I have, like, the lexicon of a teenager now. Even though I was born in the 20th century, I don't talk like it. But, like, the concept of, like, popping off, I kind of realized that's what you want these computers to do, kind of late V-hard, all of that stuff.
Absolutely. Yep.
Like, the harder they pop off, the more... And as long as you stay consistent with your plan of doing the double 4 strat, following up with the garbage, you get exactly what you just got on Cards of Screen right there with Bruno.
Okay, X13. Okay, 6 sees the opportunity. He's going to drop it there. Is this going to work? Is that pillar going to hold from Laura? It might. It might. Yes, it will.
There we go. Nice work.
Okay. All right, Cards is into stage 15 with Gary 2. 6 just made it into stage 14 with Bruno. This is V-hard. There is definitely time here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if Cards can get... Okay, he's got a pretty good setup over here. We've got some down stacking, but we've got some... This Gary might get out of here if it does it right. If. That is a big if, though.
Oh,
is this going to be...
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Oh, okay. The timeout. We take those. Cards. Absolutely happy to see it. Let's go. And we're into Mewtwo. We are into Mewtwo. Okay. Mewtwo, if you don't get the... Okay, and 6 gets out of Bruno right there with a nice combo zone. So let's see what Cards is going to do. He's going to be careful with the setup here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
because if you mess up the setup, you are trapped for a long time with Mewtwo.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say on Mewtwo, it's more important to get the double 4, even if you don't necessarily get the follow-up garbage right away.
This Mewtwo is low. This left side, there's the cursor jiggle, and there it is. Cards. Oh, Cards, yes. Cards is loving it. Cards
is... just sub 9 hard, and then
sub
16-minute V-hards. And...
Oh, wow. Cards absolutely popping off. And I was talking to him, and I said, you know what, like, the competition is such that, like, someone can have a really good day and catch you, especially if you're just in the middle. You don't have to have a bad day to catch you now. He just went, okay, I'm just going to make sure no one just play great and just close the door. Oh, man. Just showing off here the skills and the abilities that he had honed over years.
Yeah, and 6 getting to Mewtwo in 17 minutes in a race setting is still
This is a great time. This is a great time.
Right. It's so good. It's such a good time.
I think 6 wanted to continue that and didn't get it. I think he really wants to put some more on top. Make sure it's topped.
Follow up.
Mewtwo cleared the left side. It's a down stack here. That was almost a clear.
Ooh, that down step was super scary. All right, let's go.
Wow.
Let's go, 6.
There
Great
we go.
finish.
Well done.
Great finish.
Way to finish. Absolutely.
Yeah, got kind of stalled out in that middle game, but anytime you get a good Gary to Mewtwo back to back, and even, like I said, not time-wise, just execution-wise, it's just You feel good, and then you look, and it's like, bro, like, how do I even?
Ah,
How do I
oh
even?
man.
Cards was on fire today.
Cards was on
Yeah.
fire. Get the second Pokeball, get the win banner, and Six put up a fantastic fight, improved on that second run, made it even closer, and
Yeah.
look at what Cards did. He made it feel like it didn't matter. He just put up fantastic times. All 4 of his races today, fantastic. 1626 to a 1744 official final for that second and final run. Cards, the win banner secures his 2025 Sabrina Open. And if I'm not mistaken, that puts him at 4 career monthlies won. That puts him in a tie for seeding for the tournament, and just absolutely just showing off and showing how good he is at this run. So absolute congratulations to all the players and all the runners from this tournament here, but Cards of the Heart specifically. Congrats on the win banner. Well done.
Yeah, you should, if you thought this match was great, like, you should go see the earlier matches from today, because these matches were like fire, down to the wire games and races. Um, I mean, yeah, mostly. But you can skip my semifinal match, that's fine. But like, the other ones were great. 10 out of 10. So
I think the matches were all great today. You got a little bit
yeah,
of everything. You
actually,
got the close matches. You got some
you have the stomps.
absolute
You have the
dominance showing
stomps.
off.
Yeah, you can just watch the stomps too. It's great. That's another way of enjoying. It's not fun to play, but as in, entertainment, it's good. It's good.
Hey, as someone who likes to get better at what I do, I will never get tired of watching Cards perform. He
Yeah.
plays with a
So,
timing that I still don't completely understand, but I've gotten so much better just simply
oh yeah.
anybody who
Yeah.
is watching who wants to see how they themselves can get better, watch Cards. Today was a masterclass in it, but he's consistently showing little things that you can watch and say, hey, he does that. Let me try that.
Yeah.
Hey, he did that this way. Why don't I try? Just improve your game. Absolute joy to watch. Thank you for restreaming as well, Carl. By the way, double duty over head tournament organizer, restreaming, and showing off the playing skills all in one fell swoop today.
Good stuff, man. I'd keep this. Nice work today, demolishing the competition.
There he is. There's Cards with the double thumbs up smile. There we go. I was waiting for that. Cards.
Making the thumbnail for the YouTube.
Yeah, Cards thumbnail for the YouTube. Let's go. Oh, great match. Great showing from everybody.
He was so still, I actually thought he cut his stream. I was like, oh, wow, he cut his stream just to save it for the YouTube thumbnail. And then I'm like, oh, wait, he moved. Oh.
Nope, he just stuck the pose.
It was the jump scare.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Oh, and big thank you to everyone watching. You saw stream. Go check it out on YouTube if you want to go rewatch it. We get all these tournaments posted. Cards does that as well. He's a bit of everything around here.
Yeah.
And worth a rewatch. And once again, at any stage, no matter how you play this game, no matter what level you feel like you're at, watching these competitors go, watching especially Cards, but everybody is a great way to take a look at what you can improve and how you can play a little, on top of being just thoroughly entertaining all around.
Yes. Yeah. So there's another Pokemon Puzzle League Open. We play these to get seeding to qualify for the major championships. It's just coming up in a couple of months.
Reminder, that's coming up soon, and this was qualifier 7 of 8. So the upcoming Blaine Open, which I believe Cards is going to jump in here with some, but is the last chance open. Come join us. No, you don't have to be good enough to beat cards.
No,
Almost none of us are, okay? We're all having a good time. Come on, join us. Get in that last number 8 monthly qualifier and get in the big bracket for the big tournament. It's going to be a blast. It always is.
Yeah. Yes, you don't need to feel like you need to beat cards and FFR. You really don't. Like we're not all. It's fine. Like it's really a matter of just putting on your best performance and just knowing that some days that ain't gonna work, you know. But it's no, it's a good time. We try to keep a friendly, lively, supportive community here, and
yeah, join us. And hey, if you feel like you want to play one of these games, but don't feel like you're quite up to snuff yet, guess what? Join us on the Discord. Reach out, talk to us. There's race nights. There's the tournaments. This community absolutely is willing to jump in about. Heck, I've seen how many different people jump in on a stream where Beefin was involved somewhere, and he just kind of basically just gives them a straight up tutorial on stuff. Like, guys, there's tons of ways to play. Come have fun with it. Enjoy the puzzles.
absolutely couldn't agree more, dear.
Cards, I believe you've got some announcements for us.
I might have a few things to say to wrap this up. Job well done for everyone today. Thanks again to TA and Smart for hopping in the booth and helping out while I by all accounts took care of business here.
It doesn't happen every time, but when it does, it's great, and we love to see it. Good job, Cards. Congrats.
Congrats, my dude.
Indeed. Thank you. So yes, that does put me in a tie with Beefin for the most monthly titles across both games, and it also makes me the first to have multiple titles across both games. I'm the first one to get 2 in both. I mean, FFR just got his first one at the start of the current Tetris Attack season, and Beefin has not ventured yet into this side of PPL. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get him.
Dark side, my dude.
Blaine open, Beefin. Blaine open.
But yeah, let's take a look now at what that did to our overall tournament standings. Because that had some somewhat significant impacts on the seeding. As now I have a tie in points with FFR Pro for the overall top spot, and who wouldn't want those bragging rights heading into the big dance, as it were. But FFR has that head-to-head win over me, and I'm gonna want to change that if I'm going to claim the top spot for myself. But 6 has also separated himself with 18 points, very much clear of anyone that could hope to overtake for one of those top 4 seeds, especially top 4 in this field will definitely welcome maybe a bye or two to get away from some of the earlier rounds, get away from the stress of the earlier rounds, because man, oh man, those earlier rounds have proven to be absolute chaos to some of our competitors. But we round out the rest of the field. We've got Deagle in 4th place now with 7 points. Wizard Person is 5th with 5 points. Tetris Attacker still has 1 point. I think being Smart is now on the board with 1 point.
Finally. Sorry, I got excited. Continue.
Oh no, that's worth hopping off over, as the kids say. Then it's BB Forky in 8th place with 1 point. Ty and Kanayo had their chances to get on the board, but could not quite do so. And just like that, Puzzlers, we have one more tournament in this season to go. If you want to get in on this action, get on this leaderboard, and get properly seated, be invited to the big tournament in September, you have to join this. Like if you're gonna play in the big championship, you have to play the Blaine Open next month in order to get invited. So by all means, you want to play with us, you gotta actually come over to our Discord server and play. So we hope to see you all there. But we can go ahead and wrap things up a little bit. Here. How about some final thoughts from our competitors? Let's start from our other players. Let's start with Tetris Attacker. We haven't seen you around in a bit. What did you think about today's tournament?
I thought it was great. I try to catch a bit of every tournament that I can, and I usually will catch up on the tournament after the fact. Glad to be available to hop in on this one. Hope to maybe be able to make Blaine. We'll see. But, you know, this was... our monthly tournaments have become, like, such a staple, enjoyable thing. I love catching all of them that I can. And, you know, we're really showing out, and I hope that we continue to have new blood show up. I mean, that's certainly happened, and, you know, I got taken out by some of that new blood. Deagle's been showing off, so great to see, and I enjoyed the whole thing, and as many of you as can will join us for the Blaine Open.
We hope you will join us.
Okay, I'm jamming to the music. Hold on, give me a second. Oh yeah. No, Deagle's an underrated beast. I want my rematch. I just need to get good so we can match again. But anyway, besides that, today was great. Today was just a good set of games, very competitive. Like we were saying, competitive, smash them. You know, whatever kind. If you like close matches, if you like, total routes of matches, we had all of that for you today here at the Sabrina Open. And we got one more coming next month, and if you join the Discord, like Card said, we'll have information about how to qualify for that. Or if you just, if you don't feel comfortable qualifying, just come here, hang out, watch some PPL, talk in the chat, bet some internet points. We're chill. And the cool thing too, really quick, is like, it's cool seeing new people come into the community and just like gradually get better too over time. So even if you're apprehensive about it, like, you can always just hang out, learn, we'll help you, just to get better for yourself. And then when you feel ready, you can jump on it.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter the skill level you got. Use like these games like we do. Please, we love having company over. We love having more people play in these tournaments. That just makes the tournaments better, and just makes playing these games more and more worth it. So, yeah, you just like these games and just want to play them with us. Come on in, play them with us, and we'll help you through it as much as we can, and try to show you a good time along the way, even if the games don't always show you a good time.
Mood.
But in any case, that is going to do it for the Sabrina Open, the July Pokemon Puzzle League event. Stay tuned for the next Pokemon Puzzle League event in August. August 16th is going to be the day for the Blaine Open. And again, that is the last chance to get invited to the big September tournament, the big, nearly 2-month-long event where we crown an overall champion and disperse out this big prize pool that we got going over here. We hope you'll at least tune in and maybe make it bigger if you wish. Just make it more worthwhile for our players, because honestly, the money doesn't. The money does make it sting a little bit less when Gary gets a garbage clear for the umpteenth time on hard mode. So definitely value any sort of support you can give. Just letting people know about the stream will certainly help us out tremendously. But now time to transition over to Tetris Attack, and we've got a couple of tournaments coming your way over the next 4 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be having the third leg of the Tetris Attack 2026 season, the Poochie Open. So,
Blame Poochie.
Blame Poochie.
Poochies will get blamed
All
at
day.
some point during that tournament, and then 2 weeks after that, August 2nd, it's the Flying Wiggler Open, the last Tetris Attack tournament before it goes on hiatus for the big Pokemon Puzzle League tournament. So now's a good time to get involved with these games and just learn how to play the speedrun these games better. And maybe some of it will transition to PvP too. Like go join the PvP panel attack communities too. Because those people are pretty good too. So you'll learn just from being around either of those groups. So either way, just come join us. Join us. Yeah, the calendar is looking a little bit short as we head into the big September tournament. It's the Poochie Open July 19th, Flying Wiggler Open August 2nd, Blaine Open August 16th, and then 3 weeks after that, September 6th, is when the big Pokemon Puzzle League festivities start. So time's running out to get involved and maybe take your shot at some of the people that you saw here today. Don't worry, we don't bite much. But yeah, that's going to do it for this broadcast. Thanks again to I Like Being Smart and Tetris Attacker for helping out with commentary, and from all of us at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.